Have you ever wondered if there's more to a story than what we've been told? Uh, Before we dive in, here's a friendly nudge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Uh, you, it really helps us out. Uh, Now, let's get into it. Netflix has rolled out a chilling documentary that has everyone talking. It was a CAAOS, the Manson murders. Uh, it takes a closer look at the terrifying story we thought we knew, introducing theories that turned the conventional narrative of Charles Manson and his family upside down. This provocative series is based on Tom O'Neill's book, Chaos Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret History of the 60s, which delves into the dark corners of the Manson case like never before. uh, Brought to life by filmmaker Errol Morris, who once worked as a private investigator. This adaptation grabs your attention and refuses to let go. Um, O'Neill, the author of the book, spent over 2 decades piecing together a narrative that questions the commonly accepted helter-skelter theory. Most of us know that interpretation as the story of Manson orchestrating murders to ignite a race war. But what if his actions were tied to something far more complex, possibly even linked to covert government operations? One of the book's fascinating twists involves connections to something called Operation Chaos. And second, this is something back in 1967, the CIA launched this clandestine project known as Operation Chaos to counter the growing momentum of groups like the Black Panthers and the anti-war movement. And under the leadership of Richard Helms, the agency aimed to disrupt what they saw as threats to traditional American values. It wasn't just the CIA at play. Around the same time, the FBI's COINTELPRO program targeted similar groups, employing tactics that sowed division and distrust. This happened amid a turbulent year, remembered for the Summer of Love, a period that also coincided with Manson establishing his bizarre hold over his followers. And what's intriguing here is how these government operations intersect with Manson's story. For example, the infamous MK Ultra experiments make an appearance in this tangled web. Bigger, if you're not familiar, MK Ultra was a secret program designed to test mind control techniques, often using unwitting subjects. Manson's use of LSD and manipulation techniques on his followers bears an eerie resemblance to the psychological experiments of MK Ultra. Could there be a connection? And another theory O'Neill explores suggests that Charles Manson's actions may have indirectly benefited government agendas like Operation Chaos. The crimes carried out by Manson's followers not only shocked the nation, but also painted counterculture movements, hippies and anti-war activists alike, as menaces. There's even speculation that the messages left at crime scenes, such as "death to pigs scrawled in blood," might have been intended to mimic the rhetoric of groups like the Black Panthers, further fueling mistrust against them. COINTELPRO's tactics also come under scrutiny in this new narrative. According to O'Neill, the FBI exploited existing tensions between two volatile groups, the Black Panthers and a motorcycle gang known as Satan's Slaves. Manipulating these groups into conflict allowed the FBI to vilify the Panthers, further discrediting the broader movement for racial justice. In one particularly chilling story, it suggested that the FBI may have staged events to provoke violent clashes, resulting in tragic outcomes on university campuses. The fallout from such actions only deepened public fear and skepticism toward social justice organizations. But what about Manson himself? The documentary doesn't shy away from dissecting the prosecution's famous helter-skelter theory, championed by Vincent Bugliosi, the Manson case's lead prosecutor. According to Bugliosi, Manson envisioned a biblical race war where he and his family would emerge as rulers from an underground hideout. And this is not just so big, it's not big, and then the seminal of the amount of confidence that the major big state of the amount of politics is. Let's be honest, Helter Skelter makes for sensational storytelling. Bugliosi leveraged that drama to frame Manson as the ultimate villain of a chaotic era, tying the crimes to fears of societal breakdown. And while Emil stops short of claiming outright that Manson was a pawn in CIA operations, he explores the possibility that government initiatives indirectly allowed the cult leader to elude the category of the public investigation on Monday. There is an icy. Was Manson overlooked because his actions conveniently scared people away from countercultural movements? It's a provocative question that lingers long after the credits roll. Now, here's a light take on an otherwise dark subject. Why did Charles Manson never make it big in music? Apparently, his following was strong, but his playlist, not so much. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,